Success is 80% mindset. One of the most powerful audiobooks, Success is mostly about how you think. That's 80% of the battle. You might be surprised how much your mindset shapes your whole life. It's not about being the smartest or luckiest person in the room. It's about how you handle challenges, what you tell yourself when things get tough, and whether you keep going when others give up. Have you ever noticed how some people stay calm, confident, and focused even when everything feels like it's falling apart? That's not chance. That's mindset. It's the way they train their thoughts to work for them, not against them. Your thoughts control your habits, your actions, and eventually your results. If you want to change your life, it starts with changing your mind. That means being honest with yourself, pushing through fear, and taking ownership of your choices every single day. This video will guide you through how to do just that, how to build a mindset that pulls you towards success no matter what. This is not about quick fixes. It's about real change that lasts. If you're ready, let's get started. Chapter 1. Change how you think to change your life. Success doesn't begin when you get a new job. It doesn't start when someone else believes in you. It starts the moment you decide that the way you think needs to change. Success is not about luck. It's not about timing. It's not about what other people give you. It's about how you train your mind to respond to life. Your results will always match your thoughts. If you think like a quitter, you will quit. If you think like a winner, you will find a way to win. Even when it's hard, even when it hurts, even when no one is watching. Most people wait for life to get easier before they change the way they think. That's the mistake. Life never gets easier. It only gives you new problems. And if your mind is weak, every small challenge will feel like the end of the world. But if your mind is strong, even the biggest problems feel like something you can work through. You must get to a place where you no longer react emotionally to everything that goes wrong. Instead, you think clearly out. Cool. You respond with purpose. You ask yourself, what now? Not why me. You've got to stop thinking like a victim. You've got to stop expecting someone else to come and fix your situation. That mindset keeps you small. It keeps you tired. It keeps you broke. The truth is, no one is coming. You are the one who must decide that enough is enough. If you keep waiting, you will keep suffering. But if you change the way you think, your life begins to change almost instantly. It starts with small thoughts, a decision to take responsibility, a decision to stop blaming. A decision to learn, a decision to try again. These small thoughts turn into beliefs, and those beliefs guide your behavior. Before you know it, you're doing the work you used to avoid. You're sticking with the routine you used to quit. You're controlling the emotions you used to let run wild. Why? Because your mind is no longer working against you. It's working for you. But don't expect it to be easy. Your mind will fight back. It will try to protect you. It will say, stay safe. Stay small. Don't risk it. That's normal, but you can't listen to that voice anymore. It's not helping you. It's keeping you trapped in the same day over and over again. Every morning you wake up and feel the same frustration. That's a sign. That's your mind begging for change. You've got to train your mind like you train your body. Repetition, effort, consistency. You don't just think positive once and expect your life to change. You have to keep doing it. Even when it feels fake, even when you're tired, you feed your mind with better thoughts, and slowly those thoughts begin to shape the way you see yourself. And when your self-image changes, your standards change. You no longer tolerate the things that drain your energy. You no longer say yes to things that pull you backward. Changing your mindset isn't just about success in business or making money. It's about how you treat people. It's about how you treat yourself. It's about how you talk to your own mind when no one's around. When you fail, do you call yourself stupid? Or do you say, I'm learning? When you feel scared, do you freeze? Or do you say, this means I'm growing? These are small things, but they decide the direction of your life. Look back at your last year. What kept you stuck? Was it your job, your environment, or was it the way you thought about those things? Did you tell yourself, I'll never figure this out? Did you tell yourself, I don't have time? Or did you tell yourself, I can get better? You see, it's not about what happens to you. It's about what you say to yourself about what happens. And if you change that story, you change the ending. The world rewards people who think differently. Not just positive thinking, but clear thinking, real thinking, strategic thinking. Thinking that says, I can build something here. I can get stronger from this. I can take one more step. That kind of mindset creates opportunities. It builds patience. It builds endurance. And those are the things that carry you when motivation disappears. Some people think they have a mindset problem when really they have a discipline problem. But the truth is, discipline starts in your thinking. If you believe the work is pointless, you won't do it. If you believe you're not good enough, you won't start. But if you believe in progress, if you believe that each day you show up, you are shaping the future you want, then discipline becomes natural. Not easy, but natural. You begin to show up not because you feel like it, but because it makes sense. Your life is not going to change because someone gives you permission. It changes when you decide to think on a higher level. When you decide to lead your mind instead of following your emotions, feelings are temporary, but your mindset is permanent. If you train it every single day, you are either training your mind to stay stuck or you're training it to break through. And that's a choice. Do not underestimate the power of your thoughts. They control your behavior creates your habits, and your habits build your life. So if you don't like the results you see, start by changing the way you think. Ask yourself better questions. Instead of saying, why is this so hard? Ask, what can I learn right now? Instead of saying, I'll never be like them, ask, what's one thing I can do today to grow? You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to stay in the mindset of growth, of progress, of responsibility. Stop comparing your journey to someone else's. Their timing is not your timing. Their story is not your story. You've got your own steps to take. And if you stay locked into that truth, you stop wasting time. You stop chasing things that don't matter. You start building something real. Start building something real. You are not born with a fixed mindset. Somewhere along the way, life made you doubt yourself. Maybe it was a failure. Maybe it was a harsh voice. Maybe it was just fear. But now's the time to take that power back. You can't undo the past, but you can decide how it shapes your future. You can either let it define you or refine you. And if your mindset is strong, it will refine you. You don't rise to your goals. You rise to the level of your mindset. Goals are important, but they mean nothing if your mind isn't ready to chase them. That's why most people start and stop. They say they want it, but they haven't built the mental habits to keep going when it gets hard. You've got to think differently. You've got to say, I will figure this out. I will try again. I will not be the person who quits. And when you start thinking like that, something changes inside of you. You walk differently. You talk differently. You wake up with purpose. Not because everything is easy, but because you know why you're doing it. You've trained your mind to support you, not sabotage you. That is what makes all the difference. Success is 80% mindset. It's not the tools. It's not the information. It's not the strategy. It's how you show up every single day. It's what you think when no one's around. It's how you talk to yourself when things go wrong. It's whether or not you get back up when everything inside you wants to stay down. So if you want to change your life, don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for perfect timing. Change how you think. Build the habits that create real change. Train your mind to push through the resistance. Think like a builder. Think like a finisher. Think like someone who knows they are responsible for everything they become. Your future is in your hands. But it starts in your head. Think better, live better. That's where success begins. Chapter 2. Build mental toughness by doing hard things daily. Most people want to be strong, but very few are willing to go through what strength actually requires. Mental toughness is not something you're born with. It's not a gift. It's a skill. It's something you build when you choose to do things that make you uncomfortable. Not once, not when life forces you, but every single day. That's how real strength is formed. Not from talent, not from luck, but from doing the hard things on purpose. When you wake up and face things you'd rather avoid, you're building something in yourself that no one can take away. Every day, life gives you two choices. Stay comfortable or grow stronger. You can take the easy path where nothing changes. Or you can take the harder path where you build yourself from the inside out. That harder path doesn't get easier. What happens is you get stronger. You become the kind of person who doesn't run from pressure. You don't quit at the first sign of discomfort. You don't look for shortcuts. You develop the ability to handle stress without falling apart. And that's the kind of person who wins in life. Most people think mental toughness is about being aggressive or loud, but it's not. It's about being calm when everything around you is chaos. It's about being focused when your emotions are pulling you in every direction. It's about being consistent when no one is watching. It's when you get up early to do the work no one else wants to do. When you push through the second hour even though you were ready to quit in the first. When you hold yourself to a higher standard, not because someone told you to, but because you decided you're not going to settle for less. The way you build mental toughness is simple to understand, but hard to live out. You do hard things daily, not because they're fun, not because they're easy, but because you know who you become when you do them. You take cold showers. You wake up before your body feels ready. You go to the gym when your legs are sore. You study when your brain wants to scroll. You speak up when you feel nervous. You follow through when no one is cheering for you. These daily decisions are small on the surface but powerful over time. They shape your character. They shape your identity. You see, the real purpose of doing hard things isn't to prove anything to the world. It's to prove something to yourself. Every time you do what's uncomfortable, you're sending yourself a message. I don't back down. That message starts to change how you see yourself. You no longer identify as someone who gives up. You start to believe you can handle anything. And that belief becomes your power. Because when life throws real problems your way, and it will, you don't collapse, you don't panic, you adjust, you breathe, you think clearly. That's what mental toughness gives you. But here's the part most people miss. Mental strength doesn't show up when you need it unless you've built it ahead of time. You don't become resilient in the middle of the storm. You become resilient by preparing for it before it comes. The daily training is where it happens. Not when everything is going well, but when it's boring, when it's uncomfortable, when it's just you, the task, and your inner resistance. That's where you grow. So Forrest E can't build mental toughness without discipline, without discomfort. That's why doing hard things daily is non-negotiable. It forces you to face the parts of yourself that want to escape, avoid, and delay. It exposes your excuses. It shows you where your limits are, and then it challenges you to go one step further. That process may not feel good in the moment, but it's the process that turns weak minds into strong leaders. You don't need to do massive things to grow mentally tough. You just need to do the right small things consistently. Wake up without hitting snooze. Finish the task you started. Stick to your plan even when your mood changes. Tell the truth when it's uncomfortable. Push yourself for one more rep, one more page, one more hour. These moments feel small, but they're shaping your ability to handle life when it gets real, because it will get real. Life doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It tests you without warning. And the more you've trained yourself to handle stress in small doses, the more confident you are when the big tests come. Toughness is not about being emotionless. It's about being emotionally stable. It means you feel things, but you don't let those feelings run your life. It means you're tired but still show up. You're discouraged but still take action. You're afraid but still move forward. That's strength. That's maturity. That's what separates people who succeed long-term from people who burn out and quit. When you do hard things every day, you take control back. You stop waiting for motivation. You stop needing perfect conditions. You stop asking for things to be easier. Instead, you get sharper. You get more focused. You build the ability to act no matter how you feel. And that's where your personal power comes from. Not what you do when it's easy, but what you do when it's hard. The world doesn't need more people who fold under pressure. It needs more people who can stand tall when things fall apart. And that kind of person isn't born. They are built day by day, rep by rep, habit by habit. You must become someone who embraces pressure, not escapes it, who faces difficulty, not avoids it, because the moment you start living that way, you become dangerous. Not in a reckless way, but in a focused, unshakable, calm way. You become someone others depend on, someone others look to when things get rough, someone who doesn't crumble because life got tough, but who rises because they trained for it. This path isn't popular. Most people will tell you to be kind to yourself, to rest, to wait until you feel ready. But if you've been stuck for too long, that advice won't get you out. What will get you out is movement. What will wake up your strength is action. What will remind you of who you are is doing the thing you've been avoiding. Every day, choose the harder option. Do it with purpose. Do it with intensity. Do it even when no one is watching, especially when no one is watching. And don't expect applause. Don't expect fast results. That's not the point. The point is to grow. The point is to become someone who doesn't need external rewards to do the right thing. Someone who lives with discipline. Someone who earns their confidence through effort. That confidence will carry you farther than any praise ever could. That confidence will show up when you need to speak, lead, fight, or rise because you built it. The only way to become that version of you is to do the work, the hard work every day. You don't get mentally tough from reading books or watching videos. Oh, you get mentally tough from showing up and doing the hard thing when you'd rather take the easy way out. You become strong by choosing the challenge instead of avoiding it. And the best part is this: once you build it, it stays with you. No one can take away the strength you earned. No situation can erase it. You carry it into every area of your life.